All right. Welcome to Burn Notice. This is Vince, the fire starter, a.k.a. Toto, seeking the truth like in the Wizard of Oz. He wasn't scared. And I got my sidekick here.
Oh, yeah, I ain't introduced myself last time.
They know you, bro.
Oh, OG Napalm.
Tell them what the OG is, bro.
Original gangster.
Yeah, OG, original gangster.
Right.
Or original gaslighter.
Oh, original.
Yeah, blow it up.
Blow it up, burn it down.
Blow it up. Hey, look, we having this conversation on our situation that we're dealing with here in the United States right now, y'all.
And you said something about quietness.
Hmm?
You know, with a lot of those, what is it, Charlie Kirk? You know, all those universities and schools that were firing people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they quietly bringing them back,
settling
lawsuits because
I seen that
because they did it on an emotion.
Absolutely.
But by law, it was wrong to fire them for their opinion, just that in the third. So they quietly, I've been reading a few articles like,
I seen them too.
Lawsuit
I'm glad you peeped game on that. I saw that the other day too, but with so much stuff going, I'm like, oh,
you settled a lawsuit because you knew.
Yeah, you got at first you trampled on somebody's First Amendment rights. Yeah. But then you trampled on their First Amendment rights, but you said Charlie Kirk had his First Amendment rights.
Right, yeah. So they knew if it would have went to court, it would have been.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and settle. You know. So we talking about, and this is where I was going into, we got to talk about this shooting, y'all. You know,
yeah.
Renee Good.
So you seen both camera angles. I'm kind of yeah. We talked about it earlier.
Talk to me.
What I thought his background was gonna be, and it was complete opposite.
Mm-hmm. He's a combat. He's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He's been with ICE for years.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of people will be like, oh, okay, well, this, that, and I believe like, no, that makes it worse because then you're supposed to have more poise. You're supposed to have more. So now that makes it
exactly
worse.
So
that don't give him an out.
No,
that makes it worse.
No, I'd rather the new guy because that gives the new guy. Oh, I didn't know. No, bro, you've been around. But
yeah.
Then just to give some people some insight, neighbors said that he was frantically packing him and his family. They got the hell out of that house. Well, they had to.
Yeah, thanks to Chrissy Nolan, dropped dime on him. National TV.
Bro,
well, I said, they was gonna find out anyway.
They in witness protection, bro. Oh, they disappeared, bro. Where you think they're gonna go?
Oh yeah,
that's federal, bro. They got the federal people like, bro. They said people were frantically packing boxes that same day, getting them when it's name dropped.
Yeah,
getting them out of there. And it's like, so let's talk about this situation with Renee Good that everybody has seen. This, y'all, was inevitable. For putting people, ICE out on the streets, door to door, going to schools, just harassing people.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen? But then the story, here's what's so diabolical to me.
She wasn't doing nothing illegal. She was just heckling them. So you didn't have enough poise to ignore some heckling.
Right. And then for the President of the United States and Chrissy Noem and to say that she was domestic terrorist and that she was all these things.
Right.
Man, that's
what they good at. They put a picture out there. That's their playbook.
But what they're basically what they're saying is that don't believe your lying eyes. What you saw.
Yeah, that's been his whole playbook.
On the videotape. The videotape shows that she was not trying to ram him.
Yeah.
She turned her wheels to
the opposite direction. Yeah.
But here's the thing that a lot of people didn't really bring up. In Department of Homeland Security rule manual, it says you are not to step in front of a vehicle at all.
Yeah, because that opens up the opportunity. So you setting yourself up.
So he broke that rule, first of all. Second of all, you're not to fire into a vehicle, a moving vehicle.
Because you don't know if it's kids, you don't know if it's another.
And then that vehicle's unmanned. Basically, you killed a person and you saw the vehicle crashed. What if the vehicle hit somebody? So like when I told you 3 shots, the first shot was when he shot through the windshield.
Okay.
And then the 2 shots were when the window opened, when he shot through the window. So remember I said it was 3 shots?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That should put him in prison right there.
The first one might put him in prison.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you broke rules, protocol. You weren't supposed to be in the vehicle anyway, in front of the vehicle anyway. So you can't really say, "Oh, well, I fear for my life." Well, why are you interfering? You broke protocol,
right?
So you shot.
Now, why are you pulling a gun anyway?
You shot that, and that's what people are talking about.
People like, obviously, she wasn't a immigrant, and that's your whole thing. So why?
This to them, this for their side was the worst thing that could happen to me.
Right.
A white woman, blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just an ordinary, one of
them.
One of them, and I hate to say them, but what that made people, a lot of white America realize that, oh, this could happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I could be going down the street,
and they looked like they was in like some suburban neighborhood.
Yeah.
They don't look like they was
correct. I could be
Home
just going
Depot
down the street and
trying
to turn around, and that could have been me. See, unfortunately, America, y'all have to see what Black America's been saying has been happening to us since the beginning. And I hate that somebody had to lose their life over it, but y'all need to see that, oh, them damn Black people weren't lying. Oh, yeah, because if that videotape were not there, we wouldn't even we'd be like, okay, because all the police go with the playbook. I fear for my life. She tried to ram us.
Right.
People, keep y'all cameras out. That's the worst thing that can happen for people these days. Cell phone footage.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Rodney King with the videotape.
Yeah.
But people in L.A. say, yo, and everywhere said, man, cops have been corrupt for years, beating us up, this, that, and the other. And then America got shocked to see, oh my God, they're beating that man half to death. Dude, that goes on every day. Hello.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now it's like you got a white woman whose kids are orphaned. And I just hated that it has to be that way. But America, y'all got to wake the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
White people, y'all got to fight. Because these bad whites, quote unquote, air quote, are trying to take this country somewhere where you don't want it to go.
Yeah.
Get y'all ass out there on the street and fight. And I'm not saying that some people might disagree when I say, Black folks, this is not necessarily our fight. I'm saying that be vigilant, but they want us out there on the streets. That's what they really want. They don't want white folks out on the street.
Yeah.
They want us out on the street because they want to go back to 2020.
Right, but the majority of people protesting is white.
And they hate it.
They can't figure out, like, why?
What can we do to get these niggers out here on the street? I hate to even say it like that. Let's be real. That's what it is. What can we do? We need to recreate something like 2020, because when I listen to conservative radio for years and this, that, and the other to hear what they're saying, 2020 is their year where they wish. They always bring up all the BLM and all the riots.
It's so crazy you talk about that. It seems like Minnesota's been a kettle pot of just
exactly
George Floyd.
Minnesota is a bash of Philando Castile. He was right
Rittenhouse,
there,
right when in that area. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but Minnesota has been always a bastion for just people getting along, and just kind of. But so that's why they
because that's why before the shooting was the Somalian thing, and it's been like a whole.
They always target places like that. That's why they target places like Chicago. And I say they, conservative media, Fox News. That's why they hate places like that, because Seattle, Portland, because people just getting along, doing their thing. Black folks and white folks just chilling. San Francisco. You got to understand the mindset of what they think. And they're going to hit everywhere that's multicultural and people are getting along, and or black cities. Chicago, Baltimore.
Atlanta,
Fulton County, because they had to say Fulton County. They can't say Atlanta because they got white folks in Atlanta too. So they say
Fulton County.
So they say Fulton, and I'm talking about South Fulton, not North Fulton. For people who know Atlanta, it's always the code word. So look at who they targeting, and it's going to be people getting along, multicultural, because they don't want multicultural, because that's what they fear. Remember, because their birth rate's down. They feel that they're going to become genetically irrelevant.
They already are.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be able to stop it. I don't care how many black folks you try to get up out of here.
Yeah, because the more and more you become a minority, people go start looking at Congress like, why are you representing when you
Correct.
The census? That's why they doing all this realignment and everything, because they trying to.
Elon Musk just said it the other day. He said the quiet part out loud. He said that the blacks take over. He said it. He said blacks take over and we become the minority.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do us dirty, and they're gonna do. Oh, so the same thing y'all been. But
I don't think that's gonna happen. Cause
no, we're not on that, bro.
Are more biblically sound.
Yes,
but like if you say something slick,
FAFO.
Yeah, that's ours. We always been like that.
We always been like that.
Yeah,
we not trying to start nothing. Don't start nothing.
Won't be nothing.
That's
if you start something.
Then it's gonna be what it is, like
right.
the white guy who spit on the little Amazon kid, the Amazon driver, the little young Amazon driver here recently. That Amazon driver beat the brakes off that white
see
dude.
that. I got to watch that.
Beat the brakes off of him,
and didn't care it was on camera.
Because what y'all and let me just
the sickest thing to spit on somebody.
Let me tell you something to my white listeners out there.
Spit on me.
Yeah, to my white listeners out there.
Green light on sight.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't care if we in a funeral. I don't care. You spit on me.
That's the worst thing you do.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you do. That and like over in the Middle East,
somebody
throwing a shoe. Remember they throw the shoe at
Bush? Yeah.
That was a sign of disrespect. Yeah, huge disrespect. You threw your shoe. That's what you walk on the dirt.
The bottom. Yeah.
So people were laughing at it, but that was. But bottom line is, to my white listeners out there. Let me say my older white listeners. This generation ain't the generation of goddamn peaceful protests back in the 60s.
No.
Don't get the game twisted.
Not at all.
Your biggest fear, white America, just to be I don't like to paint white America, the people who mean us harm, your worst fear is that you unite these YNs against you. Because that energy, instead of killing each other,
because they already want to be like rap music, then took over.
Yeah, instead of killing each other, wait a minute, what we doing?
Right,
what we doing? Why we killing each other? That's why it's like when I was in Cali in the mid '90s, where they had the truce, quote unquote truce, and that's what Nipsey was trying to do too. Like, wait a minute, what are y'all doing, bro? Y'all killing each other. This makes
over a block.
This makes
literally a street.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So why don't you get out on the streets? I'm not saying go kill them, but take that energy and go against them.
Right. Yeah.
White folks, leave black folks alone. We just trying to live. We just trying to do our thing, but Trump has given carte blanche for some of these white folks, some of these Karens and Kens
to act up,
to get in people's face.
Bold you bold. Yeah,
but you FAFO. Bottom line, I don't know where you grew up, but in the black community, when you grow up, we grew up to know to watch our mouth.
Right. Yeah, and that's what when I was going through the West End when the Braves Stadium was down there.
Right.
I used to always joke with them because, they used to be piled up in a little corner waiting for the shuttle.
Right.
They used to have to come to the West End train station.
Yeah.
And when I made a comment, I was like, we ain't going to bother you because we don't want no drama.
We don't want no drama.
So, like, I've never witnessed a white person go in a black community and get bothered, get harassed or anything. We don't bother you.
That's true. We don't bother you.
Because we don't want that smoke.
We don't want the smoke.
We don't want police coming down here, harass, whatever the case.
There it is.
Opposite direction?
Yeah. For sure.
Right.
For sure. Here's the thing. You know Mike, my boy Mike that can't come to the grew up around us, grew up in South DeKalb. He hung around nothing but us. And he would always say when he was delivery driver, he said, man, he delivered in the hood where all the white drivers didn't want to deliver.
Yeah.
He said, man, I'll go over there. He said, man, they're the coolest people. It's that because we know that you ain't scared of us and you've been around us.
Right, yeah.
But he said, man, if you go in there, you mind your own business, man, people ain't trying to bother you, bro. But if you up in everybody's business, then that could be some problems.
Right, or say something slick.
Or say something slick.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So bottom line, leave black folks and brown folks alone. They're just trying to live in this system that y'all created.
Yeah, I was looking up something called zero sum mentality. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, the zero sum mentality, yes.
Yeah, that's what this one lady was saying, that white men have a zero sum mentality, and that's the
It's a dominating type mentality.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's in
I don't want to get along.
It's in their DNA. It's a conquer.
Yeah, I don't want to get along with nobody.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a conquer type thing, but it came from them being up being up in Northern Europe where scarcity and where you had the Vikings and all that, and it was just conquest because of lack of resources and scarcity. So it was a dominating mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like they have to dominate everybody. And it's like that zero sum mentality. Like, no, I don't want to get along. I feel like I should dominate you.
Right. I should have it all.
I should have it all. Manifest destiny.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just live and let live. Okay, come over here. You come over here, and you got the Native Americans here. Man, just okay, damn. Just leave them alone. But no, you want to get in there and just start acting up. But that's a whole history story in itself. We won't go down that road on this one. But it's just the real deal. And let me end this one on this real quick. Just a brief history lesson for everybody out there. So we look at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And what have you been told the Statue of Liberty means?
What I've been told and what I know. Which one you want me to say?
Yeah, what you've been told.
Oh, okay, I was told, it was given to us by France, as part of a agreement, and that's where people go to be free.
Yeah.
That's the Ellis Island, people be free.
So go ahead and tell what you know.
That's a black lady sitting up there.
Not only that, the Statue of Liberty was given to us to celebrate the end of slavery.
Yeah.
The chains are down by her feet.
Exactly.
Hidden. Mm-hmm. You got to really look. The original design was the chains were around her hands and she was breaking them. And they didn't want that.
I was like, nah.
The immigration thing came later. With the immigration story.
Right, yeah.
The original thing for the Statue of Liberty from the original was that the chains that most people don't even know that are around her feet, because you have to really look to see that they're there, were supposed to be around her hands. And she was supposed to be breaking them. That's why they gave us the Statue of Liberty to celebrate us ending slavery.
Mm-hmm.
But America could not be reminded constantly seeing that of their past.
Yeah, because they knew.
But my thing is, you should be celebrating it. Like, look what we did.
No, they ain't want to celebrate it.
I agree.
Zero sum.
So, until America, on this last note, America, until you atone for your original sins.
Mm-hmm.
For all my people, even if you ain't religious, you believe in karma, until you atone for your original sins, the original atrocities that you did to Native Americans, that you did to black folks, that you've continued to do, all the way up to present day America, that you've been doing to the least of these, you're gonna pay the price. Chickens are coming home. Karma's got everybody's name, address, and phone number.
Right.
You can't get away from it. And so with that, y'all, tune back in on the next one. Control Burn. We out.
Dave Chappelle for president. Damn right.
Dave ain't trying to do all that. Let's see. Yeah. So